morning. I am here with Mr. Tiptoe. He just came out of his house. It's 12:30, so he did sleep in quite a bit, but it is the winter, so it's a bit colder, and he likes to stay inside of his heated house unless there's something fun and interesting going on outside. Because it's a little bit colder today, I think that Tiptoe's energy level is gonna be a lot lower, so what better day than for us to go over some of Tiptoe's diet information. We had some rain yesterday, so it's still a bit damp and cold. His pool is filled up with rainwater, so we're not experiencing that hot spa that he usually is. Put a grass pile out earlier. Tiptoe is on my foot. Let me move that a little bit. Say good morning. Hi, bud. 75% of Tiptoe's diet is grass and hay. So we keep a big container of hay with us at all times, and he eats about the size of his shell in hay every day. Sometimes we'll go out to the front lawn and we'll cut the grass for him as well, but honestly this is so much easier and he loves it. When Tiptoe was a baby, about yay big to about 7 years old, he really didn't like hay, and it's such a staple in their diet, so we had to get pretty creative with getting him to eat his hay. So what we would do is we would take a bucket of hay. We still do it now because there's some days that he's not as interested in it, but we will soak the hay in water so it gets a little bit softer, a little bit more chewable, and we also like to occasionally cut the pieces up. You know, you get some pretty long pieces like this, and sometimes that's just not the train that he wants to be riding. So we will cut that up into smaller pieces, we'll soak it. Those are two things that we do that gets Tiptoe a little bit more interested if he's having an off day with hay. And something that we also did when he was a lot younger is I would make a little pile of hay, and then I would hide some like strawberries under a few layers of it, so in order to get those he would have to eat the hay. So it was like a little game, give or take, but he ended up enjoying it. So now he's a happy boy with his hay, and like I said, it's 75% of his diet, so it really is helpful when he is just on a good mood for the hay. Tiptoe also takes a calcium supplement. We give this to him every day. It's just a nice little white powder. And per his veterinarian's request, we put a scoop of that in daily. Calcium helps make his shell, shell nice and strong, and helps with healthy growth and development. So I like to give that a little shake in there, and then we will bring breakfast over to Mr. T. Dining on his boatload of hay over there, I am gonna give you guys a little bit more have to have a little visitor. But while Tiptoe's eating, I'm gonna go over a few other things that are just related to his diet information. Like I said, 75% grass and hay, 15% of his diet goes to dark leafy greens and vegetables, 5% goes to fruit, and then 5% I like to just tack on for flowers because he does eat those quite frequently. So I like to have like a little breakdown that I can look at anytime I get confused on what to eat him. Just check back to see what I've already fed him in that week, and then we are good to go. And our grass should be available at all times to your tortoise. You guys saw me put out a pile of hay for Tiptoe. We don't have any active growing grass in the backyard because when we did, Tiptoe just ate it all and it turned into dirt. But if we had a larger space, I'm sure it would do just fine. We do take Tiptoe to the front yard to get some of his grass intake, but you know what? As long as it's available, you're all good. I went to the grocery store this morning to pick Tiptoe up some greens. We got red leaf lettuce, we got some dandelion greens, dinosaur kale, and then purple kale, which is so fun because there are so many different kinds of veggies out there, and I'm always surprised. But dark leafy greens are high in vitamin A and C, which is super, super great. Some other dark leafy greens that we like to offer for Tiptoe are, I'm gonna read off my little list: dandelion greens, collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, romaine, escarole, endive, and red leaf lettuce. So those are some of our favorites. Tiptoe has never complained, always eats them quickly, and maybe we'll give him a little bit of a snack now. So Tiptoe gets 1 bunch of a dark leafy green daily. This is also per his vet's request. And might I add, he is quite a big boy, so his diet may vary a bit if you guys have tortoises of your own that maybe aren't quite Tiptoe's size. But this is a good, oh my goodness, good little refresher on some options that you can feed your tortoises. So this is a lot of what our day looks like. Feeding the boy. Okay, I'm gonna put this bunch of lettuce down over here so he can do some exercise to get it and have some independence. Tiptoe's favorite part of his diet is the 5% fruit for sure. He loves bright colors, they have great eyesight, and they're very attracted by bright colors, so not too shocking, but Tiptoe's favorite fruits are strawberries and watermelon. The bright red, he adores them. He also loves bell peppers. Don't know if that's gonna fit in your fruit or veggie family, but it has seeds. Same with tomatoes. He loves them all. And I would say he gets fruit items about once a week, nothing too crazy. We definitely try to keep it down because it is high in sugar, which can affect their development and growth. So we do like to keep an eye out for it, but strawberries are definitely a plus in this house if we ever want Tiptoe to do something that is more challenging. For example, if we are trying to get him to cross the street safely or trying to just get him to have a little bit of pep in his step, that is where these berries come in very, very helpful. He can be eating his beautiful greens, but then we get sight of a berry. Oh yes, and that's the good stuff. His fave. Oh, good job, buddy. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes that happens too. We're very lucky to have all of these beautiful flowers. My mom does such a good job growing them, but part of Tiptoe's diet are also these beautiful hibiscus flowers. I'm gonna pick him a few. These will be what's munched on today. These ones are not quite ready yet, but they're making their way. Tiptoe did a pretty good job on his first batch of hay for the day. Now he's hanging out in his house. I think it got a little bit cold out here for him. But something that I wanted to mention about hay is our 2 favorite types to feed him. We love to feed him Timothy grass and then orchard hay. You have to be a little bit careful with hays such as alfalfa hay, as they are high in oxalates, which are a compound that is just a little bit hard for digestion in tortoises. So as long as you're watching your alfalfa intake, you'll be all good, but I definitely do recommend sticking with Timothy hay or orchard grass. Just makes it so much easier, nothing to worry about.